You know, I've had a really, really tough couple of weeks. Man, it's been tough, man. It's been hard. It's been really, really hard. And I'm keeping it together for the kids. I'm being very strong for them. I'm doing everything in my power to just keep the boat sailing, paying the bills. I made them have a lot of fun tonight. We went to our favorite Italian restaurant in Brooklyn, Bellows. Forget about it. But it's just too much what I witnessed. I witnessed a little too much. It was too shocking. I saw my mother die. I saw my mother pass away just a few days ago, um, like a matter of 10 minutes. Now, this is in addition to my wife, my soulmate, my lover, my best friend passing away a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, it's too much. It's it's hard. I don't know. I'm really angry, if you want to know the truth, at God because I don't understand why things like this happen. Okay, like they say this is God's plan, it is a divine. What's the divine plan? You have a 46-year-old girl. Couldn't hurt a fly, this girl, my wife Jennifer, loved her family more than anything else in this world and loved her husband and her children and just the greatest person. And just all she wanted, her life's mission was to make her family happy. Now, she had cancer for a while. I'm very thankful that she made it 10 years. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. My daughter's 11. She needs a mother. It's over now. She's gone. And I have to suddenly, how do you do something like this? Like, how do you turn off? Well, let's think about it. I know my wife 27 years. We're married 19 years. My mom, I mean, she gave birth to me, right? So I'm 47 years old. I know my mom my whole life. How do you turn that off? How do you shut that off? Now, some people, I'll tell you what they say. They say you don't have to turn it off. You carry them with you. You bring the love that you shared with them. You keep it in your heart forever. Now, that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? But at some point, I think you're going to have to move on. I mean, you can't just live the rest of your life, right? Carrying love with you. It's just a complicated thing. It's like I don't want to move on. Like you ever have this? You ever have a feeling? I don't know if you ever experienced great loss. If you've ever experienced great loss, you probably would understand what I'm about to tell you. See, if you have a situation, right, where let's say a girl breaks up with you, I'll just give you for instance, an example. She says, "We need a timeout. We need a break. You know, whatever. Maybe see other people. Blah blah blah." Okay. See, to me, that's a very simple thing. It's a very simple thing. I know that a lot of people get heartbroken over that, but to me, it's a very simple thing, and I'll tell you why. Because one of two things is going to occur. Either you're going to spend time apart and you're going to realize you truly love each other, of which you're going to get back together, or you're going to realize it wasn't meant to be and you're not for each other and you're going to move on with your lives and go your separate ways. Very, very simple, isn't it? Well, it's not simple when a person who loves you with all of their heart and all of their soul passes away. Because this person didn't leave you. This person didn't want to say, they didn't want to end the relationship. They didn't want to go their separate ways. This person was robbed from you. This person was stolen away from you. That's how I feel. No different than if you're being mugged in the street. This person was robbed from you. Thank you, Abigail. God bless you too. And that causes me to get angry. That causes me to get angry, and I need answers. I really want answers. I want to know why God had to take my wife, and then you got to take my mom too. You got to take my mom? Really? Just 2 weeks later? Just 2 weeks later, you got to take my mom, huh? This is all part of a divine plan. What divine plan? I don't get it. I don't know. Look, I speak to a lot of people who are religious people. Yeah, I don't. I look, Abigail. I mean, you obviously seem to be a very religious person, but I don't think that there's anything out there that's going to explain this to me. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You got two beautiful people, love their family with all their heart and souls, and very good people. My wife and my mother. Why? Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand. Then I see maniacs out there on the street. Like, I'll give you an example. I was driving my kids. We went to our favorite Italian restaurant in Brooklyn, Ortobello's. Freaking guy is going like 130 miles an hour, speeds past me, cuts me off, almost causes an 8-car collision. Like literally cars were like slamming on the brakes. I say to myself, this guy's alive. This guy, this maniac, this Norman Bates psycho who literally almost caused a freaking crash on the freeway. Probably drunk, this guy. Again, I'll say it's alleged. I can't prove it, but this lunatic almost caused a major, multi car accident. I say to myself, this guy's alive. A guy like that. Again, I don't wish anybody bad. My wife is gone. My mother's gone. Two beautiful people. Like I said, wouldn't hurt a fly. Rescue animals, rescue dogs, big animal lovers, rescue cats. Just wonderful wife, wonderful mother, wonderful grandmother, wonderful best friend, everything. I wouldn't say I don't believe in God. I would say that I didn't say that. Okay. The fact that I'm talking about God means I believe him. I believe in him, correct? Like, listen, if I didn't believe in God, if I didn't believe in God, I wouldn't even talk about him, right? I would say there is no God, right? That's what I would say. I would say there is no God. I didn't say that, Abigail. I didn't say that. The fact that I'm talking about God means that I believe in God. But this is the thing. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused with the divine plan. I'm a little confused why. And when you say it's easy to blame God, well, listen, if you believe, okay, let's talk about this. If you believe that when we pass on, that that's God's will, like, I mean, so this is the question you have to ask yourself. When you pass away, it's God's will, right? Meaning that God wants you. Excuse me. It's your time. No, I'm just saying. I mean, listen, when someone passes away, what's the excuse me. What is the most common answer when someone it's in God's hands, right? Okay. So that means it's his decision. It's his will. Right or wrong? Okay. So that means he's got an inside track on it, Abigail, right? he's got some say. Am I crazy? Am I right in what I'm saying? Right. Okay. So that means he knows about it. Exactly. So if he knows about it and he's got that inside track on it, people keep asking me how my wife is. Maybe you didn't hear. My wife passed away, Shadow's girlfriend, and unfortunately, my mother passed away as well. I had two deaths in my family in a matter of 2 weeks, and it's not just regular deaths. This is like two of the most important people in my family. These are the two rocks. Yes, Hannah. How you doing, Hannah? I know. Hannah, my wife and my mom passed away. Can you believe it? In 2 weeks. Absolutely horrible, Hannah. So, not the greatest of situations. Not the greatest of situations. Thank you, Abigail. Um, Hold on a second here. Oh my God. Yeah, I was just that's what I was just having a conversation. Hannah, I was having a conversation with Abigail about this. Like, why does God do this? I honestly don't know. I don't get it. Listen, we have two children. Okay, we have Sophia, who's 11 years old, needs a mother. Now, you want to know what makes my wife's situation like really confusing? I'll explain it to you. You have a situation now. You might argue and say, Rich, she had cancer for 10 years. You had to know at some point she was going to go. Now that's an excellent point. Here's what the problem is: unless you lived with my wife, you would not know something. She acted in a way where she didn't have cancer. It was amazing. Maybe she was just a very strong woman. Maybe she had that will to live, but she didn't act like someone who had cancer. She was an amazing, powerful tank. And it was only up until the last moment after my daughter's birthday. She was at my daughter's birthday, January 7th, singing to her, hugging her, kissing her. We had a wonderful dinner, wonderful birthday celebration. It was a beautiful day. Looking at her that day, you would in no way, shape, or form know that just within the next few days, that she would develop aspiration pneumonia that ultimately will lead to her going onto a ventilator and having brain surgery twice and ultimately going on a food tube and ultimately dying of aspirating because she vomited because they were doing suction to try to get the excess mucus out of her, which is, she was unable to cough it up, which led to her throwing up, which led to her aspirating, and which led to her passing away. I yelled at God too. Well, Abigail, before you go, it's completely up to you, but any support would be greatly appreciated. That is the Cash App. And a matter of fact, if someone could type that out for me, I'd appreciate it so I could pin the comment. But that is the Cash App, the $ Richard Lavoy, RICHARDLEV as in Victor OI. No space, no underscore in between my first and last name. The $ Richard Lavoy. That is my Cash App. Anyone with a good heart would like to help us. Like I said, I just lost my wife. I just lost my mom. We're going through, obviously, as you could probably imagine, an extremely difficult time in our family right now. We had two gigantic losses. And if you have a good heart, God bless. Abigail, God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. I'll stay strong for my children. Thank you so much, Hannah. I just look. I just would like to get someone to explain it to me. That's all. I would like to get someone to explain it to me. Why something like this could happen. That's all. Because I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Uh, but no one's going to explain it to me. I guess, life could be very difficult, Hannah. I know you're going through things. How are you doing, Hannah? How are you feeling? I know you've been through a lot as well. You're always in my prayers, you know that. I love you too, Abigail. Have a great night. Man, I tell you, it is very, very difficult. It's very difficult to lose your wife, as you could all imagine. But to lose your mother only 2 weeks after you lost your wife is completely catastrophic and completely devastating. It is completely devastating. Ugh. It's like I said, I know my wife, 27 years I known her. My mom gave birth to me. I'm 47. I know my mom 47 years. How do you shut that off? Because you have to, right? I mean, look, people say, will you keep your loved ones in your hearts forever? And I will. I will keep my wife, I will keep my mother in my heart forever. But the reason I say shut it off is if you keep dwelling on it, you go crazy. That's what was happening. I was like, I keep thinking about my wife. Keep it, I can't do that because you get yourself a little, cucaramas. So what you have to do is shut it off a little bit. Focus on the kids. That's what I was doing. I put all my power, I put all my energy into making my children happy. Yes, you only have one mom. You only have one mom in this world. Cherish your mom, Hannah. Cherish her. Trust me. Cherish your mother. You only have one mom. You don't get a second chance. You don't get another mom. That's why I tell everybody out there. Now that I've lost my mom, cherish your stepmom as well. God bless April and God bless Jessica. And God bless you, Hannah. You got to cherish your loved ones because life taught me a very valuable lesson. Life could be very, very short. You do not realize it. It can be extremely, extremely short. And if you don't appreciate it now, you're going to regret it later. That's why I tell you, don't let stupid things bother you in life. Look, we all go through financial things. We all go through little health scares here and there. But at the end of the day, if you're, in a situation where you have your family with you and, you're alive, right? So think about this, no matter what's going on, whether it be financial problems, health, you're alive, you're breathing. So the way I look at it is you're alive, you got your family, you got a lot to be thankful for. You got a lot to be thankful for. And I know that sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like a simple goals like I'm alive and I have my family? That Apefather, that sounds very simple. Let me tell you something, it's not simple for me because my wife, Jennifer, is not alive right now. And my mother, Josephine, is not alive. So that's what I'm trying to say. It may sound simple to you, but that's something you should cherish. Just stay strong, Hannah. You're a young lady. You're a young lady. I'm sure that you could fight through this. You got to have the will to live. You have to have the power to keep fighting. And I'm sure that you're going to beat this thing. But again, I will keep you in my prayers. God bless you, Hannah. So I've been doing live streams, but they're getting to be shorter in duration because I got to sleep too a little bit. I'm going to finish off this live right now. But listen, Hannah, I'm going to pray for you tonight. As I end this live, I'm going to say a very long prayer for you. God bless Hannah. Let her recover from her heart disease. Let her be strong, God. She is a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She's too young. She's too young for this. Just, do everything in your power, God, to just give her health, happiness, and success. God bless you, Hannah, and God bless your family. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just going to relax a little bit, maybe rest a little bit. But I got to do a lot of lives. God bless all of you. I will be back.